Hi all, today I am going to walk you through how you can make your own mood board directly in Canva. So first of all, why do you need a mood board? Mood boards are fantastic to help you organize your ideas around a project or your brand or Instagram, any project, whether that's how you want your property marketing to look or your social media to look or your flyers to look, anything at all you can create a mood board for. So it's really good to help you organize all your ideas, but it's also really, really great. It's like an asset that you can hand off to anyone who might come into your business. So if you're a realtor who wants to hire a marketing director, a marketing assistant, then you can actually hand off these documents, these mood boards to them to help convey how you want things to look. So today I'm going to walk you through how you can create a mood board for your brand directly in Canva and use this tool over and over and over again for lots of different purposes. And I'll walk you through that more when we head into Canva. Okay, here we are in Canva, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how you would create a mood board if you want to help organize all those thoughts around what you want your brand to look like. Now, this is if you've already gotten to the point where you know what type of brand visuals you want to create. So today we're going to be creating modern minimal mood board, for example. So you would need to know whether you're like boho chic or moody vintage, whatever it is for you, you would need to be at the point where you know what style you're after, but you're really, all those ideas are still running around in your head and you're not quite sure how to organize them all. That's where we are today. So if you have no idea where to start, I'm going to be creating another video for you, but for now, we're doing a mood board based on a specific style. And today, that style is modern minimal brand. So I want to organize all the ideas that I have in my head for this modern minimal brand into this one mood board. And I'm going to use this mood board to send to graphic designers, to send to marketing agencies, to send to my photographer when we're taking brand photos. Like, this is a tool that I want to be able to send off to people so that they get a really clear idea of what I like, what I'm after, and what my brand is all about. So step number one is to head over to the Photos tab in Canva and start collecting photos, 5 to 7 photos of the tone, the style that you're after. So we're after modern minimal. And to me, that means stark contrast, neutral colors, very minimal design, uncluttered, very neutral in the way that they're presented. So I've already curated these images, but please, in order to save time, I've curated the images. But please know that it can take a really long time to find images that perfectly match the tone and style that you're after. So don't fret if it's taking you hours or days to curate these collections. I've done it really quickly just to show you how to put together the mood board, but this is a process that could take days, because remember, you want it to be really clear on what you're about, what your brand is about, what you value. So I have selected these images from Canva, and I'm going to choose like 4 or 5 to begin with. And there we go. Okay, so I have selected these photos. Let's say it took me days to select these photos. And now I'm looking through them and I'm thinking, okay, which ones really, really resonate with me? I love this one because it really speaks to how I dress and how I want to be dressed for photo shoots and how I want to come across on social media. A really great trick is to ask yourself, would I post this picture, especially because we're doing this for real estate, would I post this picture of this room on social media? And for me, it's an absolute yes. I love this concrete floor. I think it's absolutely stunning. So yes, I would post it on social. I love how I love the shadows in this one, but it's a little bit too moody, so I'm going to delete it. This living room is, it looks a little bit overly staged, and I'm digging this chair here, so I'm going to keep this. And I really like the texture of this photo with the twigs. I like that we added some nature in here. So these are the photos that I have stuck with. And then once you've chosen your photos, it is time to move on to texture. So if you were to add a texture to your brand visuals, what would that texture look like? And I like to use another Instagram trick where I ask myself, if it were the background for like a quote, what would I use? Because that's essentially when you're going to use texture in this context, right? So I've already chosen my texture, which was this cool white textured paint effect, and I thought it was really cool, and I could definitely make a quote work on this, and it would just add some visual intrigue on Instagram. Love it. So I'm gonna add this as my texture, and then I am going to move on to step number 3, which is to choose color. So I'm gonna head over to the Elements tab, and I'm going to select a circle. And I love circles. You can choose any shape you want or do this any way that you want. And then I'm going to duplicate the circle and minimize it a little bit to add a different shape, a different size. And then what I'm going to do is head over to the color tool, and if you're a pro user, what Canva does is it actually allows you to select colors directly from the photos themselves. So I know that I want a dark color because I want that contrast, but I don't want it to be black because black can be a little bit harsh. So I'm going to choose this really deep gray, which is lovely. And then I need a complementary color, and I think I'm going to use like one of these really nice grayish blue colors, and I think these two colors work so well together, and it really does a good job. So I'm going to stay with 2 because I don't want to oversaturate this mood board, but you can put your entire color palette on here if that's what you're going for. So once I've selected my color, then it's time to add some keywords to this so that I can convey this entire project in 3 words. So I'm going to take my title that I had created, and I'm going to think of 3 words that could describe this. And I'm going to say modern, I'm going to say minimal. Minimal, refreshing, and editorial. This way, when somebody is looking, and then I'm just going to adjust, right now I'm adjusting the spacing between the lines. I like breathing room for everything so that it's easier to read, and I'm going to left justify it. Okay, so now once I have all of these elements, it's time to just place them so that they look good on the brand board. So I'm going to move this guy forward, and I might make it a different shape. So in order to make a really nice looking mood board, you want different sizes, different shapes, and you want to add some visual appeal to help convey the tone. So I'm going to keep moving things around until I'm completely happy. And I'm going to darken this photo because he's blending in with the background a little bit, and I don't want him to. So I'm just going to bring the brightness down just a little bit, and you can see right away that makes it pop a little bit better. And then I'm going to start with, I am going to start to add some transparency to these elements just to give it a little bit of a, a little bit of texture. I'm going to move myself out of the way, head out to this transparency tool, and then start to play with the transparency a little bit so that things show behind. I'm not going to do it for everything, but definitely for some. And once I have finished, once I'm finished and I'm happy with how everything is organized, you just want to create, like some balance and just move it around until everything looks great. Remembering that you can add more photos if you want, more colors if you want. This is just to give an idea, organize the thoughts in your head to how you want your brand to be conveyed. So, very simple mood board, but one that you can absolutely duplicate, and I'm going to make it super easy for you because I've included the template to this mood board where you're watching this video, so you can enjoy it. You can just swap out the photos. If you're a rustic boho chic, you can just type in boho chic and go to town and just swap out the images, and it will look fantastic. And at least now you have the template, so you can create your own mood board for your brand and then send it off to members of your team. Possibilities are endless with these. You can create them for social media. You can create them for all kinds of things. If you want me to walk you through how to create them for something else, just drop it in the comments below. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit like, and I will be back next week with a new video. Happy designing!